Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. For this vlog, I will be talking about an issue that has been one of my concerns for a while now, which is suicide. Did you know that suicide is one of the top causes of death worldwide among youth aged 15 to 29 years old? According to a study conducted by the Malaysian Psychiatric Association, suicide rates in Malaysia has increased by 60% since the 1960s, and the current youth suicide rate is twice the national average. With suicide being this common, surely every one of us would personally know someone, be it an acquaintance, a friend, or perhaps even a relative who has committed or attempted suicide. While the actual cause is unknown, there are several risk factors that many of us may already know, such as major psychiatric illness, substance abuse, long-term relationship difficulties, significant losses in life, and unbearable physical or emotional pain. In Malaysia, however, I believe that the pressure to succeed in exams is the leading cause of suicide among young people. For example, there is the case of Lin Jiaying, aged 20, who jumped off a building in Seremban early this year despite scoring 10 A's in SPM because she couldn't deal with the pressure from the need to succeed in her studies. The first step in preventing suicide in Malaysia is to change our mindset. There are plenty of us who tend to blame the victim of suicide whenever we see or hear about it. So many of us tend to say that the person is weak or stupid because he or she committed suicide. Even when we don't say it out loud, we tend to imply it in our speech, saying so many others have it so much harder yet they're still living. Or, if only he was more religious, he wouldn't have done that. I find that these are the things that we tend to hear and perhaps even say ourselves whenever we see suicide cases on the news. Treating the victim like a criminal is exactly why suicide cases in Malaysia only keep increasing. We need to be more aware of the signs of suicide. There are so many signs that may indicate that someone is suicidal. They may withdraw from friends and family. They may start to lose interest in activities that they once enjoyed. They may bring up death in discussions or writings, and sometimes even making it sound like a joke. And not to forget that there are some who mask their feelings of sadness and hopelessness with excessive energy, such as agitation, restlessness, and even hyperactivity. Another mindset that I believe we have to change is thinking that even if a person talks about suicide, he or she will not actually do it. If a person comes to you and talks about having suicidal thoughts, do not just brush them off. Surely, talking about suicide means that the potential to take one's own life exists, and denial by others will not make the threat of suicide disappear. Instead, it will only leave the person feeling more alone and hurt, and further fuel the urge to die. If you think that someone you know may be feeling suicidal, please talk to them. Do not be afraid to ask them if they are thinking about suicide, are depressed, or have problems. Showing your concern lets those in distress know that someone is listening to them and that someone cares. However, if you think that the problem is too serious and that there is nothing you can do to help them, then please get them professional help. Urge them to see doctors or psychiatrists. Make them talk to a professional who can help them. In conclusion, suicide is serious, and the way society thinks about this issue can greatly influence the rate of suicide. So let's all change our mindset. Instead of blaming the victim, let's all be more aware of the signs of suicide and prevent it in the first place. And instead of brushing off a person who is opening up about wanting to kill him or herself, talk to the person. Let's all take the first step in preventing suicide.